So to get straight to the point, I'm seriously on the precipice of quitting my 4-year-long volunteer career as a DJ, a radio show host. And why? Well, I'll get into that, but first I just wanted to highlight the fact that it's been a bit under 4 years that I've been doing this, and looking back, it does not feel like that long, which makes me think dang, time is just moving so fast. But I'm at this certain point where I have simply lost passion for what I do on the radio. I used to really get a kick out of going to the studio and playing music, and I think somewhere along the way the excitement just died. And I think it's important to love what you do when you're doing it, especially when it's something that is beginning to take a toll on your own health. It ceases to become productive, and I've been justifying continuing the show because of the fact that it's service-based, it's volunteer. It makes me feel a little bit good thinking hey, I'm doing this, I'm putting this out there for the local community. But then I feel stuck. I feel really stuck because there's a lot of people who support me by and all my efforts for doing this show, and then here I am just not really interested in it, just done, in my heart and soul, the passion has died, and I don't know if I want to keep on pushing myself to do something I really I'm not interested in. And I feel really bad because I mean, it's kind of a routine for me, every Wednesday I go to Fairfax Public Access and I host my show. It's the Crow Show every Wednesday, 8 to 9, but I have been picturing myself in a year, 5 years, 10 years. I'm do I see myself still as a DJ, as continuing to do this show? And the answer is I don't really see myself continuing in this format, radio format, and the reason being for that is simply because there's no one really, I don't want to sound okay, I'm just gonna put it out there, the facts. It's a declining form of media, radio. I think it's one of the top leading declining forms of media, especially now with video and with podcasting. It's just not worth my time and effort, it feels because not only is it the fact that I have to go there physically every Wednesday to host it, it's I don't even get an edited copy of my own recording at the end of it. I have to go back and edit it myself, and if I'm already putting so much time and effort doing this, I just wish that distributing it afterwards would be easier on my behalf. I also just at the end of the day, I'm I just don't care, I hate to say that, but I've simply just lost passion for it. And I don't want to quit. I'm not a quitter, but I'm also I don't want to keep doing something that's just making me sort of just mediocre feeling. I don't really want to. If it were a job that I was getting paid for, it might be another thing because I could be looking at this as a source of income, but it's not even that, and I'm thinking about moving. This is a different topic, but I'm thinking about moving, and do I want to continue to to be in this area with this show and all this stuff. Like, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. And, like I said, it's just started to take a toll on my mental health. And I think I really went astray when I started doing interviews with bands and artists. Not saying that this is a bad thing by any means, because I've met so many wonderful people by doing it. And I don't regret, having any of the interviews I've had, but I feel like I'm trying to be someone who I'm not, because I really don't like interviewing people. I really don't. And what it's helped me to do is actually, like, communicate better, because I struggle with just simply speaking. I've said this many times. Being on air live has really helped me overcome this struggle, which I'm so forever thankful for. It's taken a lot of practice, but I just dread going there and talking to people that I willingly invited on, you know what I mean? So, it's like, I just feel a lot of mixed emotions, because on one hand, it's really helped bring this local community of artists and musicians together, and then on the other hand, it's like, I just don't really like doing this, because it's not me. I'm just not really in the mood to talk, honestly, especially not at 8 p.m. And also, in general, I'm just done, especially when artists and bands and musicians have just kind of treated me like shit. Like, I don't get really anything out of this. Like, I'm not saying this is the majority at all. Most of y'all and most of everyone who's been on, it's just been awesome. But then there's also, like, the few that have just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm like, why am I continuing to do this on a volunteer basis when it's really sort of just making me feel bad, and that's why I'm saying I feel like I led myself astray when I started doing interviews, because that's just not me, like, and there's a lot of people who want me to continue to do this because it benefits them and it benefits the local community, but it's not benefiting me right now. And I'm at the point where I'm just like, I have no interest. I've lost passion. I get depressed when I think about it. And this has been a theme for, I'm not gonna lie, the past half year, maybe. Because I stopped doing interviews, and I was like, I hated those interviews. I'm so happy I'm not doing them. And then I started again because there was a lot of pressure from artists and people asking, like, when are you going to do more interviews? And then me kind of being like, well, since I'm going here every night, why am I just doing music? I could invite someone else in, but then, I just don't like that. I just don't like talking to other artists and musicians, and seriously, I need a break. I don't know how long of a break, but like I said, I've been rethinking a lot of things. I'm in a very liminal state right now where I'm, like, in the midst of just change, and this is one thing in my life that I'm really considering changing, and by changing, I mean discontinuing it, because of everything I've just listed. It's really kind of taking a toll on me, and I've lost passion, and yeah, I hate to say this because I've gotten so much out of it, but really, should I keep doing something that I've lost passion in? I'm not really sure. Peace out, everyone.